Hello everybody, let's buckle down and travel from the Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt to the ruins of Machu Picchu in Peru, then from Baalbek in Lebanon to Tiwanaku in Bolivia. Ancient sites like this are spread out all around the globe. These ancient cities, the unexplainable water structures, and the recently discovered underwater pyramids are just a few examples of the massive body of evidence which proves the existence of an advanced ancient civilization thousands of years ago. What is interesting about particularly this pyramid that was found in the Bermuda Triangle just recently, you can look it up online. Um, it's not only that it's in the Bermuda Triangle and that it's a lot bigger than the Great Pyramid of Giza, but is that it's made of some kind of crystal, some kind of glass. It's not made of stone. It's got two openings on top, on the tip of the pyramid, which are like conductors of water. Like there's this water that runs in two like different directions, um, and so it creates this like vortex of energy. But anyway, these places, obviously show that there was at least one civilization that was very advanced. The most famous one is are the Sumerians. But who were the Sumerians? Well, very important information was found. Archaeologists found in Baghdad, Iraq, back in 1901, these amazing things. Through this discovery, we learned that the Sumerians lived in southern Mesopotamia and that they had already populated and ruled the area more than 5,000 years ago. They found the Sumerian tablets over a century ago, but people are still talking about them as if they were discovered yesterday, and for a good reason. Just take a look at these tablets that are over 4,000 years old. Here, the Sumerians depicted the entire solar system. They knew of the existence of the outer planets, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, thousands of years before our modern world discovered them. They depicted the sun, the moon, and 10 planets. What is interesting is that those planets weren't really discovered until later in the 1900s, or at least most of them. So, and then we discovered this tablets in 1901, and then suddenly it's like, oh, we discovered these planets, by the way. But they depicted the sun, the moon, and 10 planets. We're not going to talk about why 10 planets right now, but what is for sure is that this tablet raises many questions. Notice that the man sitting down is much taller than the other ones. He would look like a giant if he was standing next to the other people and depicted in the on this tablet. Here is another depiction of another one of these tablets. The original one is located in the British Museum. So basically, the Sumerians were clearly much more technologically advanced than we would expect. They knew exactly where the planets were. They knew a lot of astrological and astronomical information back then. And as a good friend of mine pointed out, the lines on these wings, which is like an airplane, it's definitely some kind of flying machine. The lines could be solar panels that they use to get energy from the sun. Other tablets state that the gods came from the heavens and that they could fly around the earth. They say that they created man, that they mixed their blood, or in this case, I would think the DNA, with those of apes to create us. Very fascinating stuff. I'm not going to get too much into that, but let's just examine the evidence. So this is pretty obvious. These flying gods gave the Sumerians all of their knowledge and technology. And when I say gods, of course, quote unquote gods, because if we were to travel through time and we were to go back like 3,000 years back in time, and we showed someone a cell phone or a hologram or something like that, or a computer, they'll think we're gods too. So it's not that far-fetched. But anyway, then we go to like the ancient stone structure in Baalbek, which is an amazing site. It's located 40 miles east of Beirut in the mountains of Lebanon. It has a massive structure made of perfectly carved stones that make up a 5 million square foot platform. Can you imagine? And the blocks that form this structure weigh anywhere between 750 to 1,000 tons. Their local legends state that this platform was used as a landing path for the gods and their ships. So you see the pattern, right? We first talked about the Sumerian tablets and how they we could see this plane on there, as you have seen some of the other pictures where there's clearly a helicopter, and they say that their gods could fly around the earth. Then we go to Lebanon, and we have a similar story. So that says a lot here. This place in Baalbek is just amazing, and that's just one of them. Because the last one I'm going to talk about is the city of Tiwanaku in Bolivia. It's in South America, in Bolivia. Some of the blocks in there, in the city of the gods, interestingly enough, the city of the gods, some of those blocks weigh more than 400 tons. How in the world did they get those things up there? So anyway, that's food for thought for you. This was just a quick introduction to this fascinating information, and stay tuned for more on this and many other mind-blowing topics. If you haven't liked Akashic Learning, go ahead and do that. It'll help me a lot. And thank you for watching and listening. Peace.